All right. Hey everybody. So we got a cool show for you guys, we think. But first we're going to play this Russia thing, and I want you guys to pay attention as I start this, because
look at the guy passing out the pamphlets. Take a good look at his face.
either it's pamphlets or money. We think it's bus tickets or whatever. But
I don't know what it is. Yeah.
We're looking at this guy, and then there's this other guy that claims Russia is supporting Mexico, and they're going to come today. So I want you to pay attention to this other guy and tell me if you guys think this guy. We think it's the same guy. And it has their closed caption on there.
And here he is again. Now, doesn't that look like the same guy that was passing out whatever he was passing out?
So he claims he's got support from Russia.
Yes, Russia is going to start a world war for 5,000 to 10,000 migrants. I don't think so.
I know.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yep. And he did do a good job of like doing his GQ hide, but it is, I'm saying it's the same guy.
It sure looks like the same guy to me. It really, really does.
Yeah, he cannot
And he's
fire
a
against
nice looking guy. I mean, there's no doubt he's a nice looking guy. I mean, he can't hide much.
because I believe that tomorrow a really strong nation is coming to support us.
Yes, right. So that the migrants turn into tools of the Russians and it's an invasion of the United States. I don't think so. Hi, Christina.
So I think we sort of nailed it with these two guys. No one else showed it. Everybody's showing this guy, and the other one was from a couple weeks ago, and we showed it. But then it sort of ticked in my head. They're the same guy. So
yeah, that's got to be. He's that's the same guy. We have decided.
What is your nombre?
We have identified.
Yeah, what's your nombre? Pendejo. My name is Pendejo.
Oh gosh.
I can't give you my name because it's
my name Jose Jimenez.
Yeah, my name is manual labor. No, okay. So let's say forget this part, and now I'm gonna put myself on mute, and Peeved Patriot gave us permission for this poem, and we're gonna have Elle read it, and you guys can listen.
So, 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, 2018 version by our very own Peeved Patriot. 'Twas the night before Christmas. Old POTUS is pissed. He cussed out the rhinos and threw out his list. The demos, they cheat and steal the election. I have a good mind to veto all their selections. I have busted my ass for all of the year, the rallies, the speeches, and traveled the sphere. The press, they just bullshit the stories each day. The House wants more money. The Senate says nay. The deplorables were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of D-class danced in their heads. The indictments were sent via email with care. They are hoping for justice on a wing and a prayer. When out of the desert there arose such a clatter, I rose from my Humvee to see what was the matter. Away to the border, I went with a crawl, threw open the gun stash and opened the wall. An army of migrants all tidy and clean. I knew in a moment it must be MS-13. By thousands and thousands the drifters they came, from the countries that never accepted the blame. The election was over, the recount's a sham, and POTUS he tweeted and called them by name. One Kramer, one Brownie, and one Harley and Cruz. No McCaskill, no Heitkamp, no McSally or Hosley. They counted and counted in the alleys and hall. One side was just screaming, "We must count them all." The voters had spoken, Scott said with his clout, but Stacy and Booker would surely just pout. The mic and the push of the innocent aide gave light to Acosta's grandstand charade. With his tantrum afoot and his head in his ass, came a POTUS bitch slap and pull of the pass. And then in the ruckus I heard at the wall, because of our soldiers, the invaders would stall. As I ran down the wall and was turning around, down from the top of St. Donny came with a bound. He was dressed in a suit, but was armed to the teeth. With a flag on his shoulder, he carried a wreath. A bundle of migrants he had flung on his back. Those climbers were gathered and stuffed in his sack. His eyes, how they twinkled. His dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a berry. He is loving and friendly, or so I am told, and the hair on his head was as yellow as gold. He was bubbly and pumped, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke lots of words and just did his work. "I made us great again," he said with a smirk. "Our border is safe again, thanks to the brave. We stand for the flag, it proudly does wave." Then giving a nod, away he did scurry. To his plane he did go in a merry man's hurry. And away they all went, I had nothing to worry. But I heard him exclaim to the country's delight, "Keep Christ in Christmas, you heard that just right. We say Merry Christmas, I hope you sleep tight." Thanks, Peeved.
Very, very nice, Patriot. We're going to give a big old clap for that one.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm glad that he gave that to us. So we're going to go on to the next video.
The truth is, that really shows what happened.
If you came through, there's no reason to prove. And now you've got yourself something funky.
Anyway, so we did a comparison. This is what happened in Paris yesterday.
Écoute, on arrive au bout, on voit ce qui se
These
passe.
guys burned the shit out of the
Si, là, je
town,
commence à avoir
and
soif, j'avoue.
it was ridiculous.
T'as vu, il y en avait dans le restaurant là. Ah, ça y est. Ça picote un peu là. Bon, ça va encore, on a eu pire. Ah bah il y a des CRS ici
Yeah,
aussi.
we even got live entertainment here, folks. We got a guitar out there. What the hell?
Did you know you're muted, I think? I can't hear you. Oh,
hear
okay.
Had the guy with the cops. Had the guy with the cops. Had the guy with the. Yeah, you're not on.
Plus loin que porte-maillot quand même. Parce que là après on sort de Paris, on sort complètement de Paris. On va aller jusqu'à la
Not making them happy.
We're to burn this shit down. We're burning it down. And all over gas prices, shit. They ought to do that, keeping the immigration under control.
Right.
You know? These guys are. I guess, looks like they have Pantifa over there, too.
Well, they're suffering the same complex there as they are here. I mean, the elitists live in the big cities behind their nice walls and have plenty of money and a chauffeur, or they can walk or whatever. But the poor people that live out in the country, the farmers and, the regular folks, us deplorables, whether in France or here, we get screwed.
Well, Zero Fox saying, look the videos of the World Trade Organization riot in Seattle. From my experience, this looks tame. Yeah. This is very tame.
Yes. If you want bloodshed, you got to have the left on your side. It's got to be the commies and the Antifa people. That's when it really gets disgusting.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
And a lot of the cops there, they were pussies. They were just, a bunch of pussy cops, man. They didn't want to. Of course, I think they were outnumbered, but these guys were using their fire stuff, and these guys turned around and tried to get the fires out with their water cannons, and they just weren't very successful at it because these guys would just light another fire, and they were just hiding most of the time or throwing their little bang bangs, whatever. All it would have took is about, the first line of them, hit them with some rubber bullets, and that would have stopped all that crap. Everybody's dealing with this stuff the wrong way.
Yeah, they are. It's shameful. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And it was supposed to be some kind of yellow. They were all wearing yellow vests. I did see some orange vests and stuff, but I didn't record it till the night. That's usually when it gets really bad. But I was just like, oh, well.
That must be all the Uber drivers in Paris out demonstrating.
All the construction workers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess Macron today said something like, "Oh, I guess yeah, he's on his way out." Also, I heard that the EU today made a deal with Brexit.
Yeah, but it's a bad deal, I heard.
So allow them to, got Tony in there. So I heard they're allowing them to leave the EU. Well, you know, and we got United Nations over there and on the border too. So
hey, J Bond, hello back.
We wanted to. I wanted, because they're supposed to be protesting today, and I was watching a channel earlier, but one of the guys that they had, they were supposed to be up at 5 a.m. to get ready, but all they were doing was sleeping. Oh, Anthony's saying they're gone anyway. Yeah. So to me, the Paris thing, of course, $7 a gallon, that's a lot of money for a gallon of gas.
No shit.
You know, Canada's going to go under the UN. Well, I mean, we should not expect anything less from no eyebrows Trudeau, you know. But to me, this is more a distraction. I'm more interested on what happens on our border. But it was supposed to start about the time this stream started. I heard one guy had lit a tree on fire. Oh, he lit a tree on fire over there. And of course, he was a previously deported, one of our wonderful migrants that we have down there on the border.
Yeah.
And people should be aware that all the Guatemalans actually have homes.
Mm-hmm.
All of them have homes they left.
Well, when you look at the crowds of people, I mean, I didn't see many that had Hirachis on. I saw a lot of Nikes. I saw a lot of Adidas, but I didn't see any Hirachis. They didn't look poor. They didn't look malnourished like they would be if they were coming up from Venezuela. I mean, it's a joke. This whole thing is a political joke by the left, and it's not just American left, it's everybody's left. I mean, the left.
And I agree we should get out of the UN, but this, you know, the border thing bothers me a lot, but we'll see if they storm it today. I just, you know, it's someone's saying it's a distraction. The oil between Venezuela, oil fight between China and Russia. Yeah. Well, anybody that thinks China's helping Mexico is a joke.
Mm-hmm.
So I hate this whole Russia thing. I wish it would get done with. And then we have people saying, "Oh yes, it's Russia." Now we're right over to and it came from some deep state Mexican pendejo. Basically, yep.
Yeah, we can have Mexican lifestyle here in America if they let it go through.
No bacon for them. I agree, but there's just a lot of false reporting going on, and you know, it's aggravating. Sad.
Well, it looks like the rest of the world is starting to look our way and go our way and are objecting to all this leftist stuff and all this insanity, rising prices, and the elitists want to destroy everything that isn't good for them.
Right. So they're saying the Mexican mayor is panicking because he doesn't have the resources to handle. Imagine, you think LA is bad. Where they all taking a dump? Because I seen like the bathroom, they had like one little bathroom for 5,000 people. Where are they going?
It's sad. It's just sad. I mean, they got conned into this whole thing, and now they're up there suffering.
And they basically they're like, how can I how do I want to put this? To me, they're a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
All of it. And I don't want them here, but I feel bad for the border states if they get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pooping on the beach. Yeah, walking. Let's say, oh, what a nice beach. Let's walk. Stepping
Through the
in.
crap.
Yeah. Imagine it getting stuck between your toes.
Oh, God. Oh, what an image.
You know, not only that, but a lot of it's like we've got polio, we've got all these weird diseases coming in that we eradicated it.
Yeah, bed bugs.
Oh.
That bed bug invasion, we know where that's from.
Yeah. And it's not sand. Oh, free money, poopy toe.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, yeah. Not believe it. Wait, what's Anthony say? You may not believe this, but they're trying to stop cow breeding because of methane. Anthony, they already outlawed it in California. They got to wear some kind of ass bag on because of the cow farts. But yet they allow people to poop in the street.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the insanity of the left knows no bounds.
Yeah, and the global warming stuff, and also the whole thing about everything green in California, yet it's going to cost you $100,000 more. They're just pushing people out, or they're pushing you in the city. We're all supposed to live in a little house with a studio apartment. We have 5 people in there, and so that we can be, done like cattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll have to go in the fields and work for our food or not get fed our little credits or whatever. It's ridiculous. You'll get used to the taste of tofu and crickets. Yeah, crickets aren't bad. I've had a cricket before.
Oh.
She's saying Obama was in South Africa telling people that come here years ago this was planned, so either way, no matter who the president is, they'd win.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see some arrest. And they are panicking. That's what we get. Oh, Rep has crickets. We got it. We got to get them to have some arrest, because every time we talk about it, or if we can get the stupid mainstream media to talk about it, the left goes wild.
Yeah.
Drive by FLSM, the border is the focus. Everything else is a distraction. Yeah, that probably is a true statement.
Yeah.
And I want to see what's going to happen today, because I want to see who their country is. We know it's being funded by Venezuela and
Soros.
Yeah, I'm not sure who all is involved, but I want to know. And we can all line them up. If we line them up, we can take care of them.
We just have to have that wall to line them up against.
Yeah, and Soros should be investigated for insider trading, because he sold all of his Facebook and all these other things a couple days before all of the things went down. And if they can get Martha Stewart, they could get friggin' Soros.
Yeah. I'd love to see that happen.
Yeah, poor old Zucky boy, but he's been selling his shit off too. These guys are they're playing their friggin' game. I feel sorry for people that aren't watching with the money. We've been taking a hit. Mark says he heard Soros is being investigated. Well, the rich will never get in trouble. That's...
Yeah, we've pretty much learned that lesson with Hillary Clinton and that whole mess. I mean, I can't get over the fact that they have walked so slow on all this investigation while we had power. And now the left's going to get in there and they're just going to make a field day on mainstream media about the whole thing with Clinton or with Trump. Fools.
Let's see. O'Reilly had a girl on his show that was part of this group, which has done the research and has proof that Soros funded the Caravan. I believe it. We all know it.
Yeah.
I just don't know why the mainstream media, every time we try to say anything about this guy, anything, the mainstream media will do some kind of protection campaign. You know, that pisses me off.
I know.
But me or you or the everybody normal, person can't get away with diddly squat.
It's disgusting. It really is. I can't believe the media believes that they are fair and balanced when they pull out all that stuff and it's 90% negative on Trump and everything else is wonderful. The Tea Party was violent, but Antifa is great.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and the latest thing was Twitter took all sorts of people's channels down or accounts that said men are men no matter how they want to change. If you were born a man, you're a man, or you're saying a man and a woman, if you're saying there's two genders, they take your account down. So,
oh my gosh.
If you're a man, you're a man. I don't care if you snatch off that little third leg you got, and sew something else on. You're still a man.
Well, yeah, the DNA won't change even if you cut it off. Even if you cut that little third leg off.
Right.
The DNA's still there.
But Twitter's taking them down because the social justice warriors wanted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ratchet just giving a link to right. Not your third leg. Well, if you want to keep your third leg, I applaud you because you just can't talk about having 3 legs. I think all of us that, I know I'm a tomboy, but I'm still a girl. I wouldn't change it. We're born that way for a reason. Deal with it. It's not that difficult of a thing to worry about.
They want science and reality, at least their version of it, when it comes to climate change and all that kind of stuff. But screw science when it comes to gender. They want to be anything.
Yeah, White Wolf Semitic says there are 2 genders. There are, I know there are people that are born with 2 sexes. So I could see if that happened to somebody. If you were born with both things, I guess you'd have the best of both worlds. And you'd have to make a decision who you'd want to be, right? Or would your parents make it for you?
What? That'll get them thinking.
Kick them in the balls. Yeah, public school is the biggest abuser of children in their free world and leave biology class. Go to their class where they are telling you Bobby has 2 dads. Well, we all know that the schools are bad. The schools are the ones that's destroying these kids' mind.
Yeah.
They are. And now it's a human choice. Yeah, well, you can't tell some 5-year-old that put on his sister's dress that you're going to go give him a sex change because he's 5 years old, has no idea.
Right.
All they're doing is, but it is a methodology of making everybody confused. And
well,
so,
it's the ability to be able to brainwash people. It's an ability that, 10 years down the road, they want to be able to say we're not at war when we are, or that we're winning the war when we're not. I mean, it's all to change the mental thinking of people so they're more easily led into this left-wing idiocy.
well, I'll agree with that, but they're just trying to stop everybody from breeding.
And thinking. Breeding and thinking.
Yeah, except the muzzies and all those, and if they don't like you, they'll give you female mutilation, and we have some ninth circus judge telling them it's okay that they can do that. I mean, we are screwed with some of these people.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're going to have to take it in our own hands. We really are. Some of us are going to have to run for office, and I hate politics. I really do. Fuck book.
I hate the way fuck book, yeah. I hate the way that there's so many people that can't even think logically anymore. They can't analyze things. I mean, they just are so far over the edge that they believe anything from the left. They don't check it. They don't, research it themselves. They just believe it. It's sad.
Yep. Yeah, it's just like this Russia thing. All these people have already put out videos of how Russia is infiltrating Mexico. It was already, they have their tanks there. They don't know whose tanks there are, and I haven't seen pictures of any damn tanks. Right? And I want more than one picture because those all can be photoshopped. Half the stuff we can't believe what we hear unless we go and see it with our own eyes, and then I'll believe it. It's like we're living in a big fictional movie.
Yeah. We all have funky brain, or at least they want us to.
Yeah. Metal poisoning from chemtrail. Well, I don't know. I don't know about all the chemtrails either. I see them all the time. But I do know that some of the military jets that are flying are not chemtrailing, but you'll get a chemtrail because they don't have any restrictions on their jets, and that's naturally. Couldn't find any pictures. The Russians have been trying to establish 10. Well, if Mexico lets them, then what can I say? We know anything that goes socialist will turn into communist. It's a principle. So let all these people give away all their rights. But I don't believe all the stuff about Russia. At least not right now. I may say something different in a week or so. But not from some idiot with his GQ suit, his GQ glasses, and his GQ hat telling me.
Right.
Now, there's rumors that Mexico's building Russian tanks, but I'm more afraid of China than Russia. China's got all the money.
Mm-hmm.
Russia wants control of oil and gas. We'll go firing squads. Anything that goes socialist goes communist. Yep. Well, we already know that. And I'm saying we gotta wait for this. When we got this Mexican socialist guy that's coming in on December 1st, and they're supposed to have Kim Jong-un and the Venezuela dictator. If they can't keep the migrants out of their own country, I don't know how they're going to protect all those guys. So, like I said, China is the one I'm afraid of because I think China was promised the world by these other people, which could be, but I wouldn't trust anybody saying, you're going to be a big part of this. And then they screw you like they screwed everybody else. And they're the ones.
Well, let's face it, the whole communism trip, even if it's just subtle communism like in China or wherever, but the whole communism trip is like a pyramid scheme. They have to keep growing. They have to keep getting bigger. They have to keep absorbing, because otherwise they start running out of people to join the insanity. And once that happens and the money stops flowing, communism collapses.
Yep. Superbit said China's sneaky. China is sneaky. And we had Obama selling out. I mean, they own so much of California already, and they're probably, like, all the fires, all those fires burned out. You look at the path, that's right where the new train runs. What better way to take all these $1-million homes and let's just burn them out, and then we'll take the land. We'll say, oh, because of flash floods, it's not safe to rebuild, and give them peanuts for their property.
Right.
And then the insurance companies will pay to rebuild their house, but guess what? You can't rebuild it.
Not there, at least. You
No.
can do it someplace else. Yeah.
See, China's a real threat. Russia's weak. The Mike and the neocons want a war. Russia does not conform. We all know that. It's like the NWO. Somebody was playing the first George W, and I hate that guy too. I hate all the Bushes, but he was saying, when he has on his State of the Union talking about the NWO and any of these people, New World Order. Yeah. The only time I'm gonna agree to that if we're like at Star or what was that, Star Troopers or something like that. Come on, you guys, help me out. Super Troopers, or where we're all killing the big bugs on the other planet.
Oh. I can't remember what that was called. Oh.
Right. People better know that all this is not for the best. Stormtroopers, whatever. Starship Troopers. Come on. Come on. Starship Troopers. That's it. Kiwi gets the pride. Ding, ding, ding.
Yay.
Yeah.
Hey, Kiwi.
So, there's something like that. If we're living in the Star Trek days or something, right? We got all the different alien races or something. And then, okay, we'll all be dead when that happens. Then they can do whatever they want. But as long as we're alive, I don't want it. You know, as long as it's socialist, you know, because they hate capitalism. Capitalism, how we all do well. They don't want us to do well. Only they can do well, because we can't gain any riches, because the more billionaires, the more of that we have, the less power they have. You know, it's true. Anthony was born 900 years too late. He wants a new crusade. Yep.
Jeez.
The shithole troopers are south of us. I agree, Peeved Patriot. They are south of us. They're over there trying to get in right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they are.
They want to come here to poop.
They are. They are. And they are jealous. China didn't see it coming. They really didn't see it coming. But like I said, they're buying out California. They were trying to buy one of the Great Lakes, and Obama was going to sell it to them. And it all comes down to fresh water. If you have water, you have control. And there's a lot of countries that are running out of water. Fresh water, that is.
Oh boy.
Museum of Bacon.
Museum of Bacon. Oh my God.
Yep. I agree. I think we should go to a gold standard, or we should go to a silver standard.
Yeah.
But if they do that, they got to do it smart, boy. But you're going to have to arrest some of these globalists, because they won't be buying it. They dumped the Fred default. on our debt and watch the chip fall worldwide. Yeah. I don't really know if they own the national park. I think somebody should make a law. They should pass a law that they can't own it. I don't think any foreign government, foreign person that is not a resident of the USA should own property here. That's my opinion. You can't go to Mexico and buy land. You can lease it, can't buy it.
That's true. Yep.
Donna said she saw Chicago talking about Obama's museum again.
Oh, God.
Yep. Well, let them build it. They'll just burn it because Chicago's a shithole.
Yep.
Pilots have seen them. Are we talking UFOs? Yep. We've got all the lake until nuclear power plant goes Fukushima. Yep. But they were trying to buy one of the damn Great Lakes. They were going to come and take water with big old tankers. So China must be short of water too. Yep. No plane it could stand still, believe as you wish. Well, there are other things out there. If you think that we could be the only people in the whole universe, I think that's crazy in itself.
Right. Yeah. There's more life forms out there. We may or may not have seen them yet, or they may or may not have visited us yet, but we know they're out there.
Yep. So China and North Korea have had drought for the last 5 years. I know I'm telling you, the most important thing is water. It really, really is. That's sort of why I moved where I did, but I'll have to move out a little farther because it's too liberal here. But it's about the water. If you have access to water, then you'll be okay. But if you're like dependent on the city and everybody else to supply your water, then you can still be sheep. Right? So wherever I go, I want to put my own well in. I have a well here too. Even though the city, when I hooked up to the city water, I still have my well. All I have to do is call my guy to hook it back up. So I can get water if I need it, but I also have the creek. And but it is about water, like Arizona and a lot of Africa and even some of those South American countries don't have water.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the reasons that several of their cultures, you know, the Aztecs and the Mayans, that they believe is some of the reasons why they fell. I mean, because even those Cisneros were dried up. I mean, those underground cave things where they have all that water, even those dried up, I guess. So, I mean, that could be what could be coming. I mean, no doubt about it. And I'm noticing we got 22 thumbs up and 37 people watching. Hit those like buttons, guys. Whoever's missing those like buttons, get your tushy over there and hit that button.
Yeah, so
right now.
Anthony says, don't drink the tap water in Cali. Rosie O'Donnell pisses in it. I wouldn't doubt it. And here, BBF, here he is again, part 3. Don't drink the water in Mexico. A lot of people have been saying that for years.
Yeah.
I mean, remember when Mexico used to sell Coca-Cola and it really had coca in it?
Yeah.
That's how old I am. And they don't have Mexico don't have proper sanitation. They just let it go into the ocean. So they're polluting. I mean, come on. It doesn't take that much to put a couple plants in. You know, it really doesn't.
Well, the elite in Mexico have been sucking that country of financial wealth dry for centuries. I mean, it's just never quit. And the poor people down there don't get on their high horse about it and stop it.
Yeah, the U.S. did not sell real coke in a Coke. You're right, Donna. It was in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, their Coca-Cola is better than ours because they don't use all the impurities there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It may be made with Mexican water. I don't know, but it tastes good. Crap in their own kitchens, so it doesn't make it to the ocean.
Secret. Oh my God. Oh gee. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Maybe they use it for fuel, like, who knows?
I don't know, but I want to see what's going to happen with these guys. They're not going to stay there patiently. I mean, there's whole bunches of the other border that isn't even protected. There's videos out there that were showing Border Patrol people letting some in. People are getting all up in arms. Maybe their little ticket. Maybe they're having a lottery over there. They're handing them
lottery.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know what the hell's going. And there's evil people everywhere. It is. There's good people. There's evil people, and in some cases, someone flashes them. 20, 30. Because I said these people aren't all that poor as they're making out to be. And some of them probably don't care if they come to the USA. They just been, they've been paid their little debit card. They're running around with their $1,000 phones to show and make an act up. It is. 1956, Islam banned the USA. Yep. That's bad too. Somebody was saying yesterday that they were trying to build a mosque in a smaller town in Texas, and the whole city went after them, and they pulled their permit and everything else. But guess what? Houston let them build it. So
yep.
If you welcome it, they have been paid by Soros to do this and told by moron lawyers how to do things, even if these lawyers don't know the law. That's a true statement. We have to keep from voting in any more lawyers.
Really? Shakespeare had it right. Kill the lawyers.
Yeah, there's one guy that says he's gonna, at the next election, and hopefully we have internet when that happens, at the next election he was actually gonna turn around and put together a thing about everybody running, no matter if they were independent, Democrat, whatever, and he was going to investigate all their things, if their names are their real names, or they don't change their names just to sound like they're Mexican or, Native American, and put it in there so that we could actually see who these people are that we're voting for. Texas, the area has the 4th largest Muslim population in the country. Dallas Fort Worth is home to 62 Sunni mosques, 8 Sunni Musalla, and 4 Shiite mosques. It has been described as an idea of America.
Oh my God.
What the hell is wrong with Texas? Yeah, it actually, yep, you're right. Houston used to be a really hardcore, even red area. But when I was living in Texas in 2001, we were in Harris County, but we weren't in Houston. We were outside of Houston. And I noticed that as soon as they had Katrina, when they displaced, really sort of cleaned out New Orleans area, and a lot of those people got sent to Dallas and Houston, and they never returned because the areas that got wiped out, first of all, they didn't have insurance or they weren't the homeowners, and then the upper class came in and bought all their shit for dirt cheap, and then did some restoration. And now the prices are through the roof, so they couldn't return where they came from. And they were all, let's say, taking money from the government all their lives. You know, if you're going to be, and it's generations of welfare. It's bred into them.
Mm-hmm. They don't know any other way.
I know friends that they refused to work. They were on welfare. Their parents were on welfare, and their kids will probably be on welfare. And it's amazing. They all have nice cars and everything else. And they got the dudes working, and they play the game. When they come to check, the dudes disappear. You know, it's all a racket.
Yeah.
It really is. Yep. I don't know, Tony. You guys lost your freedom of speech, which we got to not lose. They will run to a state that will give them a bunch of free stuff. Well, I agree. But they're not the only ones that run to those places. So do everybody that wants to be on the welfare recipient train.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm on like research. I've been working all my life. I look forward to being able to retire, but I've worked and I'm proud to be working. I don't know how you can be proud to depend on the government. It's low self-esteem, and that's what these people have, low self-esteem.
It's just a different ideology entirely. I mean, they are brought up to think that that's normal, that's okay. I mean, so that's what they go toward.
Yeah, like Sora's saying, keep in mind, Arizona and Texas are getting an influx of libs in Cali. That's what happened to Oregon.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They moved there, and then they try to turn it into what they left.
Right.
So that's what...
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I got 100 people to support. Yeah. It's true. These people, and trust me, I came from California, but I was never into what I seen. That's why I left California. But I watched Washington change since I've been here. It's a far ways away from California, but I don't want to stay in this state either. Eventually, it'll come and choke us all out. But, you know, hopefully I'm not around if it gets too bad. But they leave, and then they vote for what they left for. And that's,
right, exactly, yeah.
And that's what these people are fleeing. Oh, we don't want to have the gangs, and we don't want to, you know, this. But you can take the monkey out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the monkey. And so...
Yes. They'll start flinging that poop.
They turn into... You know, they turn into what they ran from. And so all these people coming here that are trying to run away from socialism to get capitalism, well, once they find they get a free ride from the government, then they'll want to not have to do anything. Because if these friggin' people weren't up at 5 a.m. to march, instead they were out getting drunk and doing all the shit they were doing, what makes you think they're here to work hard? They're just going to come and suck our resources.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know...
Well, that's the whole point of it anyway, is to take us down financially. That's what Soros wants. That's what he tried to do in England. I mean, that's the whole game, is to level the playing field for the third world.
Yeah, well, he can't last that long, but like I said, they need to take him for insider trading and whatever. And take all these people. They got these 60,000 sealed indictments. Screw it. Call martial law and start grabbing their asses. And get it over with. And don't jump on any FEMA bus that they come here and say they're here to help you. Wave them on.
Yes, say bye-bye. And bye-bye. Well, kiddo, the time is coming, it looks like. Are you ready for the old flick switch?
Yep. So, anyway, Patriot was a great poem. I hope we did it justice.
Yes. It was cute. Very cute.
So
well done, Pete.
We hope that you guys enjoyed it. And I guess I'll just keep getting little things from the news. Like I said, Elle is way better than me now, and this week I'm doing a stream, and that's why you haven't seen me chat too much. But she's been doing.
It's been a pleasure meeting you, even if you are my least favorite vegetable.
Hopefully
Take care, Jonathan.
in the video editor.